Hello everybody out there in the land of make-believe. This is the holier than hell Reverend Bark Me Laughing Wolf, submortal cheerleader to the apocalypse and diabolical minion of good. Says so right here. See, has Bark Me Laughing Wolf. It says so right there, eh? Just finished doing 200 miles on my Meepo Hurricane. Thought I'd review it. Usually I ad-lib all of my videos, but it's not going to happen. It's just way too much information to go with. So I made a little outline. I'm outlined it. So not a script. I don't work well from a script. So I'm new to riding electric skateboards. I've ridden manual boards in the past, but this is my first electric skateboard. And I don't have any way of comparing it to any other electric skateboard. So when I'm doing this review, all the stuff that I say about it, it's just about this one. I don't know anything about any other skateboards. So there are a lot of videos comparing it to other skateboards. And if you want to check those out, I'm going to put the best one down in the description there. It's the one that sold me on the Meepo, and I'll get into that in just a bit. Also, I'm not going to deal with any technical specifications. There's plenty of videos telling you all the tech specs. I'm not a tech guy, so I'd just be repeating stuff I heard or read off the box. So there's plenty of videos out there, and or you go to the website and look at all the specs. But I'm not going to cover any of the specs. I'm going to be talking about all of my gear. I don't have any sponsors. Everything I have to say about everything is just my honest opinion. I'm not really capable of giving anything but my honest opinion, which bites me in the ass sometimes. But so even if I was getting sponsored, you'd still get honest opinion of it. But I'm not getting no money. I know these videos ain't monetized or nothing. I just do this for shits and giggles. So like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff I'm going to be talking about. So I'm going to break all that down in the description. I'm going to have the timestamps, each one of those little sections if you want to skip them. Like and subscribe while you're down there. Just do it now. Why don't you do it now? Why don't you just click it? Just click it. Click it. Okay, yes, thank you. Hi guys, so happy. All right, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my Meepo Hurricane. I got it, don't worry. Why I started riding the Meepo Hurricane. I'm gonna try to cut through this one quick. About 8 years ago, I stopped driving because it was making me homicidal. And so started riding an electric bike, went from riding the bus to riding 40 miles a day, rain, sun, winter, uphills, downhills, didn't matter. I loved it. It was really enjoyable. But then a few months ago, my bike broke. And the part I needed, can't get it. If you're asking, did you get your part yet? No, I didn't get it. Don't have the part yet. I'm probably make a video. We'll make a video about this entire experience of trying to get the part after I get the part. So I was in a position where I needed some way of getting around. My new job is only 3 miles away. So it's like, that's pretty close. I might be able to do that on my skateboard, my manual skateboard, but it's all hills on the way back. So it's no way. Plus my knee's giving out. So I got this knee pain. I'm like, I like riding the manual skateboard, but it's screwing up my shoes and it's screwing up my knee. So I've been kind of thinking, looking at these electric skateboards a little bit anyway. And I thought, now would be the time to do it. I got a little bit of cash. I can't get this part. I need a solution. I was taking the bus. Between the bus and just kind of being out in public, I ended up with COVID. So I was really not looking forward to having to take the bus every day. So what happened? So I decided to order an electric skateboard. But why the Meepo skateboard, you might ask, and I'll tell you the truth about it, is that I spent probably 6 months researching before I bought my first electric bike, and then probably another 6 months researching when I bought my second electric bike, which was a kit. I put it all together. A bike shop put it together. Come on. But with this, I didn't have that kind of time. I needed to just get to a solution very quickly. So went on YouTube, started watching videos. I honed in on the Meepo right away. It just came out. I saw it was on sale. I got it for on the Thanksgiving sale. I didn't watch a lot of other videos about a lot of other boards. I don't know much about Evo or M-Board or any of them other boards. I don't even know the names of them. Certainly wasn't going to do a DIY because I'm not a tech guy. I'm not a tinkerer. So honed in on the Meepo. I watched a bunch of reviews. One of them compared it to a bunch of other electric skateboards, and bang, it was at the top. And what was most importantly, it was the top for hill climbing. And we've got so many. I live in the Pacific Northwest, specifically the greater Seattle land area, even more specifically Renton, Washington, and I live on the side of a hill, so it's up one way and down the other. If I have to come home, it's up, or down the other. It's either way, I'm dealing with hills. And I need that motor. I need that hill climbing ability. So I saw Meepo. As soon as I figure out, okay, Meepo got good hill climbing, it's got a lot of good reviews, has a lot of bad reviews too, but I don't see any electric skateboards that don't have bad reviews, and they don't talk shit about customer service, and it takes a long time, and they all got their issues, but this had all the features I wanted, and I was just kind of crossing my fingers and hoping I wasn't making a huge mistake, which so far I don't feel like I have necessarily made a huge mistake. Oh, I'm digging the board. I'm enjoying riding it. So I certainly didn't make a mistake, but yeah, there's been some issues along the way, and I'll get to those. So once I decided on the Meepo Hurricane, I bought it. I bought it right away. Put in the order, bing, bang, boom. One of the reasons I bought it right away without doing a whole bunch of research was that it was the Thanksgiving special, and it was like $400 off. It was $400 off, something like that. In any case, I had to get it. If I was going to get it, I needed to get it then. Went online, I put in the order, bing, bang, boom. They sent me an email, hey, you bought a thing. I'm like, great, I bought a thing. And then nothing. There was no feedback for, I think, like a couple of weeks. Finally, I'm like, did I buy a thing? Didn't I give somebody $1,300 to, send me a thing? So I went on to their Facebook page, and I private messaged them. I'm like, yo, where's my board? And they're like, well, yes, you ordered a board. I'm like, I know I ordered a board. Where's my board? Where's my board at? What's the deal with my board? And they're like, you'll get tracking. And I'm like, yeah, when will I get tracking? Because I haven't got no tracking or nothing yet. Have you shipped it? And they guaranteed they had shipped it. And they said that I wouldn't get tracking until it basically landed in my country. So as far as I understand it, they go to Bob's shipping company, and they give them a bunch of boards, and Bob puts them on Bob's shipping container and puts them on a ship, and then when it gets to your country, Bob's shipping containers takes it off and hands it off to the courier, in which my case, I think it was a UPS. And then when it gets to the courier, you start getting updates. It didn't get to the courier for 43 days. I was in limbo for 43 days. At the end there, day 43, and this may be a coincidence, I don't know. Day 43, I contacted him. I said, look, I got no idea if you really sent me a board or not. I'm thinking I'm going to contact my credit card company and cancel the order. And 6 hours later, I got my tracking information. So I don't know if it was a coincidence or not. 2 days after that, I got my board. So, but when I was online, everybody was getting the boards about the same time. So was it a coincidence? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you to decide. I got my board, so I'm past that. I got other things to stress about. So when you first get it, you're gonna need to install the wheel assembly. It's super easy, barely an inconvenience. The remote control is already paired with the board, and all you need to do, you don't even need to push the on button on the board, which you can do, push it on, turns it on, but you gotta flip the board over. It's a 35-pound board. I'm not flipping that shit over. All you have to do is turn on the remote control, step on the board, move it back and forth with your foot, make the wheels roll a little bit, and boom, it'll turn on and connect to your remote control automatically. You're ready to go. You touch that wheel, man, that board's going to move. Doesn't matter if you intended it to or not. So if you, one tip I want to give you, if you've got your remote on and your board there and you don't intend your board to move, let go of the remote. Let it dangle, because you just bump that wheel and it can dart off into traffic. So there's that. Oh, and remember to save the packaging. So if there's something wrong with the board, you might need to send it back. You might need to pack the board up and move it someday. It's an awkward device, and it's nice to have the packaging. So I'll keep the packaging for a month, and then I'll throw it out. But in this case, I went ahead and put the packaging in storage. So if I ever need to move or ship the board or something, I've got something to put it in. It's a good container for that. When I ordered the board, I also ordered a replacement belts that comes with two in a pack of two. And then like the day after, I'm like, I should get another remote and a couple of spare tires, I think. So ordered that. The shipping was free on that. I don't know if it was a deal or something, but shipping was free on that. So, and that came right away. I got that in like 10 days. I got the spare remote and the tires way before I even got the board. So just to break down the cost of everything that I got, including the accessories, the spare wheels and all that, I'm gonna go through one at a time here. The board itself was $1,300. I have a bunch of e-bike helmets, but I wanted to get a full face helmet because I like to keep my teeth in my mouth if I go down on my face. So what? So I got a full face helmet, got that at clearance. It's a 7DI Project 23 fiberglass helmet, and it was a good helmet. It was a good price. There were other helmets that frankly, there are other helmets that I'd rather have, but I just don't want to have to pay for them, is the thing. So that's how I ended up with this. That's how I ended up with the Project 23. Those carbon fiber ones look nice though. So that was $175. I got some 510 mountain bike shoes, and those were $175. I got a Alpine Star padded hoodie. The hoodie was $200, and then the insert was an extra $50, so $250 altogether for that. I got Leet knee braces. They protect your knees and your shins. Those were $110. Were those $110? Wow. I also got 888 hired hands gloves. Those were $70. I got 2 sets of lights. I got a pair of Shredlights for the front and the iWonder lights for the back. All together, that was about $80. The replacement belts were about $25. Replacement wheels were 2 of them. I got 2 for $90. Replacement remote was $70, and I ended up getting flats. I got 5 flats in the first 200 miles, and replacement tubes, which I got from M-Board, were $60. So, and that was a set of 4 for $60. So after my 5th flat, I decided just to get away from pneumatics and try out cloud wheels. So I ordered the 120 millimeter cloud wheels, and they were $175. So altogether with the cloud wheels comes to about $2,400 invested, but that's all new gear. Now I've got a lot of gear for my electric bike, but none of it really crossed over. I came close with the helmet, but I decided I wanted a full face helmet. The first 100 miles, I had a lot of trouble transitioning from how I ride a manual board to how I ride the electric skateboard. And a lot of that had to do with just, I'm used to braking and kicking, you know? So my stance was completely wrong for a while. I still have trouble getting the right stance when I first get on the board. But when I first started, I had my feet set up so that I could stop with my foot, which was bad because I kept trying to stop with my foot. And you do not want to stop your electric skateboard with your foot. You want to use brake. Tip number 2, don't try to stop with your foot. It's not gonna work. Ain't gonna work out for you. So, and that was the first and only fall I've had, but now of course, because I said it out loud, I'm gonna have another one. Day 1, I was out with the board. I was going up a hill, and I don't know, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I started to go a little too fast. I put my foot down instead of just taking my thumb off the thing, flying up in the air, landed on my ass. So the hired hands gloves definitely protected my hands because there were skid marks all over the gloves. My hands had no injuries. And I bought padded shorts, which I forgot to put on the list because I don't wear them. I don't wear them. And I wish I'd been wearing them then because I had a big bruise on my hip, but no other injuries because I was fully protected everywhere else. I should wear the padded shorts, but everything else is kind of easy to put on. I got my clothes on and everything else goes on over it, but the padded shorts, you got to take the pants off, put the padded shorts on, and I just don't wear them. Because I do spend a lot of time before I leave just struggling to get into my my protective gear. That's my only complaint about my protective gear. It's a struggle to get into, and the more of it you get into, the more of a struggle it becomes. So once I got my hired hand gloves on, I'm trying to put my helmet on, and I still got to get my camera going and all that, and it's a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. Once I'm out going, I don't notice my protective gear at all. It doesn't hinder me in any way. And when I get home, I forget to take it off sometimes. I wander around with it. Again, mostly because it's more of a hassle to get off than just leave it on. But yeah, once the gear is on, I don't notice it. When I'm out, the only hassle with it is getting it on and off. So there's 4 power levels on the remote control. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and oh my God, I'm gonna die! So when I first started riding, I kept it in level 2, called that Training Wheels Protocol. And that keeps you at about 11 miles an hour, tops out about 11 miles an hour. I think I got up to maybe 13, 14, but it you didn't get that mass acceleration. It was a smooth acceleration up to a manageable speed. Took it out to some parking lots, started going around, and I put it in 3, and I'd be okay until I got to about 15 miles an hour, and then I just started losing it. So kept it in 2 for probably the first 100 miles. So when I got the board, it had 42 miles on it. That's from testing, they say. After I put 100 miles on it myself, I felt pretty confident, and I pumped it up to level 3. What it is with the level 3 is it's the acceleration. There's a lot more torque in that acceleration. So when you start going, you start going. And if you're not ready for it, it's a little off-putting. It was fine. I could get it up to 15 miles an hour. And if I was maintaining 15 miles an hour, it was smooth and easy and felt fine. But as soon as I tried to brake or I tried to accelerate some more, zoo, and I'd have to kind of balance myself, it was tricky. It took a while to get confident enough to be able to handle that. But at 100 miles, I put it in level 3. I took it out on the interurban trail, which is just straight and flat and long. And I just did some speed runs and just got used to that speed. And once I was confident, you know, once I got it up to 23 miles an hour and didn't fall off it and had some wobbles, but learned how to, I'm going to be able to catch myself. I'm not going to die if something starts going terribly wrong. Once I got that confidence in me, boom, I was going 20 miles an hour everywhere. Right now, when I first got it, first 100 miles, I was probably averaging 17 miles max, 11 miles average. But now, I'm averaging about 20 miles an hour. I've gotten it up to 27 miles. That gets a little sketchy. About 27 miles gets a little sketchy. I've never really learned how to deal with the speed wobbles, either on my manual or the electric. So once I start getting those speed wobbles, I'm like, all right, let's slow back down. So it's got double kingpin trucks, and I think that if I adjust the bushings, switch them out, I might be able to get a little bit faster, but I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good. I can go 25 miles an hour confidently. I can average, I can scooch along at 20 miles an hour, no problem. And I'm able to stop. That's the big thing, is stopping at those speeds. I'm going 20, I can hit the brakes. It's gonna go a little further. I'm gonna slow down on the board, then I'm gonna jump off and take a couple of steps. If I got a dead stop, if I just gotta come to a dead stop, boom, I can do it and not break my fucking neck. So that's nice. And that's pretty much where I'm at now. When it comes to top speeds, I don't know. I've got it up to 27 miles an hour, but that's just as fast as I could go on it. Somebody else on the same board probably go a lot faster. I'm not a speed demon. I'm not looking for that rush, man. I like being out in the open, that's for sure, but I'm not looking for high speeds. But I can say that going fast on these things is a lot of fun, and I can understand why people enjoy doing it. Also, I haven't done a good distance test. So when I was riding my electric bike, I'm fastidiously crunching the numbers for how much mileage I'm getting out of the battery. But with the skateboard, I'm not doing that so much. So I can't really say what maximum distance you can get per charge. So I took it on a 20-mile run a few days ago. So I was doing a lot of speed runs, going up a lot of hills. I had it in level 3. I was bombing around the city. I went up a 6th floor parking garage and back down. And on my way home, going up a hill, I got the warning. The remote control started buzzing like, hey, you're running out of juice. So my understanding is once you get that warning, that buzz warning that you're running out of battery, that you've got very little distance left, need to turn around and get back home. So I'm pretty sure it was because I was going uphill. I bet you if I was on the flat, I wouldn't have gotten the warning for some more miles. I don't know how many. Also, if I had it down in level 2, I probably could have got a bunch more miles out of it. I can't say max distance, and it's all relative, really. Max distance at what speed, on what surface, you know. I'm hearing a lot of people getting 20, 25 out of it, you know, using it real regular, but who knows? Once I have more experience with it and can really dial it in, I'll let you all know. And that's all going to change once I put on these cloud wheels anyway, is my understanding. I think I'll get, as opposed to these pneumatics, these 155 millimeter pneumatics, I believe that I will be able to go faster and get more mileage out of the 120 millimeter cloud wheels. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. I'm not sure. I get some of that kind of stuff screwed up, but I don't know. So in summary, except for the flat tires that made me nuts and having to wait for the shipping, which made me nuts, everything else about it has been great. I'm loving riding it. It's a great alternative to my e-bike. I'm going to be using this a lot along with my e-bike. There's some things you can do with the skateboard that you can't do with the bike, and some things with the bike that you can't do with the skateboard. But you can always put the skateboard on the bike, you know what I'm saying? So in conclusion, I fucking love this thing. This is a great thing. This is like, I'm glad I did it. I'm so glad I did it. I look forward to riding it every day. I got a lot of stuff that I need to do, but what I want to do is ride my skateboard. So we've had some crappy weather lately, so I haven't been able to get the skateboard out. It does zap the battery power, and that's had some effect on, you know, being able to figure out what the max distance is on the battery. But I want to say that I fucking love riding this skateboard. Getting it may have been a pain in the ass. Dealing with the flat tires is a pain in the ass. But riding it, it's fucking awesome. Being on it is so much fun. So if you're looking into getting an electric skateboard, if you've had longboard experience or manual skateboard experience, this is a skateboarding dream. And I think there's haters out there, actually, because there was a group I was in, and it was skaters over 50 or something. They did not like me, and I'm pretty sure it's because I had an electric skateboard and they were all manual skaters. So I know that there's haters out there for the electric bikes. Run into them, they can fuck off. So I don't know, if you're on the fence about getting an electric skateboard or you're a hater, man, check it out before you start hating on it, because it is so much fun. And it's not a skateboard, it's an electric skateboard. They're completely different animals. They should be thought of as completely different things. They're not in competition with each other. But the electric skateboard's a lot of fun. And I can't skate, I can't manual anymore. My knee's going out, I just can't do it. I can't brake and kick and all that. And it's one of those things where I usually, in most cases, I'd say if you're starting off in a hobby, it's best to get the most affordable, dependable thing and go with that. But with these, I think that you're probably going to get used to the speed and riding it right away. And if you get a board that only does 12 miles an hour or 15 miles an hour, it's just going to be a couple of weeks before you're going to be wanting to go 20. So I'd say if you're looking to get an electric skateboard, get the fastest one you can afford rather than a budget board. I guess if you're getting one for a youth person, maybe start them off on a slower board, and then if they end up liking it, upgrade. But I would say that if you're interested in getting one of these and you're a grown-up adult, then get the fastest one you can afford. For sure. And if you can't get a fast one, wait a little while till you can. You'll definitely get to a point where you'll want to go faster. And of course, make sure you get a helmet, a full face helmet if you can. You're going to want a full face helmet. You may never fall on your face, but if you do, you're going to be all like, I believe I had a full face helmet. So there's that to think about. Get some wrist guards. When you're going down, put your arms out. Everybody's like, oh, I tuck and roll. Sure you do. Sure you do. Sure, that's what you're thinking is you go flying through the air, about to hit the ground. You go, oh, I should tuck them now. You can put your arms out like everybody else does and break your wrists. So get your wrist guards. My hired hands have already saved my hands once. In my one fall, my gloves all ground up, so I know that would have been inflicted on my flesh there. And get knee pads. But if you're going to get none of those things, get a helmet anyway. Even if you're not going to get a helmet, get a helmet. I wear all kinds of colorful stuff with a big camera on top of my head. I still get run the fuck over. I get run the fuck over where I'm run over, and I'm lying there going, how did that happen? So I advise you to get wear bright colored something and wear your protective gear. And get yourself an electric skateboard because it is a lot of fun. Get a Meepo Hurricane. I got no problem advising people to get a Meepo Hurricane if you take everything else that I've said into consideration. If you get a Meepo Hurricane, just assume you're going to need to get new tires, because as far as the conclusion that I've come to is that these tires are shit. And don't get the cloud wheels on Meepo because they're like 20, 30 bucks cheaper on cloud wheels. If you do get a different tire size, you're going to have to change the settings on your remote control, and I haven't really wrapped my head around how it works yet, but when I do, I'm going to put out a video. That'll be part of my remote control video, which I will be putting out sooner than later. I'm hoping that my next video will be e-skate versus e-bike. I'm also hoping that I'll get my e-bike part and we'll have my e-bike up and running, which I'd like to have to make the video. I don't know, it's not necessary. I already have all the information I need. So that's it. Stay tuned for more videos. Like and subscribe. Oh yeah, so I do art. I make art stuff. I sculpt and I paint and I do all kinds of weird shit. I got a website, barcotoyco.com. I've just uploaded my graphic designs on skateboards and grip tape. So if you're interested in any of that, Barco Toy Co. Link down in the description. Check out my shop. Check out my Facebook page, like and subscribe, jump down, turn around, pick a bale of cotton, and bring me the head of Alfredo Garcia. So that's it. Stay tuned for more rants, more reviews, and until next time, ride safe, be seen, have fun.